baddies are apparently going on tour to roller rinks in Michigan. And so other people were around and she was really trying to get other people to go. And at one point she screamed, y'all ain't never watched Bad Girls Club as a child? And that's when I knew she was my people, honestly, because
I'm about to start the countdown. I'm sorry.
Go ahead. Die laughing.
Hello, my beautiful stones and gems. Can y'all hear me? I have my microphone on the floor and shit. Hello. Hold on, wait a second. Y'all know I'm ghetto. Listen, we have a great show, as y'all can see. Even though we're having technical difficulties, we have two very special guests in the building. If I could just get myself together. We have, y'all already know, we have our brother in Christ, our brother and sister in Christ. The effervescent and the everything, Mr. Darren Green. Okay.
Ooh, hello.
And we have a new guest on our show. I don't know if y'all familiar with her. This is Miss Honeybee, formerly known as Tatiana Mercedes. That's how I was introduced to her, to the doll, to the internet sensation. My girl has been featured on Netflix. My girl has opened doors and kept them open. Okay. Shout outs to Miss Honeybee. Okay, Derek, give a bomb on them.
Okay, hold on. All right.
And yeah, and period. Let me see what they say.
Yeah, and period. You said and period.
Hey,
yes.
The gang is all here. I feel like we're missing somebody.
L Kitty.
We're missing Teddy, and we're missing somebody as Tanji. We're missing a couple people. We're gonna wait.
Oh, you talk about chat wise. Oh yeah.
We're missing a couple people.
You know how to let my girl TJ know she about to come up in here in a little bit. She probably in the bushes, honey.
So we have a lot to talk about. First, can we just say rest in peace to Wanda Smith?
Oh.
Are y'all familiar with her?
What's she doing?
The comedian. Hey, Tasha.
Wait, Wanda?
Yes.
Not Wanda Sykes. Not Wanda.
No, Fat Wanda.
Wanda, the one with I hate to bring up Cat Williams because that's the only thing I know.
No, bigger Wanda. I know who you're talking about because, like, I'm not to be comparing, but Wanda Sykes is a smaller Wanda. But no, the Wanda. Wow,
you big on the internet. You remember?
You big on the radio. No, she big on the radio.
Oh yeah, right.
Yes. Hey, Messy Mafia. Hey, Capricorn. Shout out to the Messy Mafia.
What's going on with the people?
Period. It's a Messy Monday. Make sure y'all take a shot every time you hear the word messy. A sip, a hit, do whatever you got to do. But yes, our sister Wanda Smith has passed away. So sending peace and love and condolences to her and her family.
Right.
Damn.
Yeah.
Fucked up. And I just hate how when I think about her, because I'm gonna be honest, I wasn't too familiar with Miss Wanda until the viral roast. And honestly, if I'm gonna be honest, Wanda, you really should have went the fuck in. You could have.
She had got her husband to
yeah.
Whoop de whoop.
Yeah, and whoop de whoop. We're not gonna spend too much time talking about them too much. What's a good transition? We have a lot to talk about. I guess let me run off the list. We could talk about Kanye and his wife splitting up. I don't know if y'all want to talk about that or not. Y'all let me know. We can talk about Kayla Nicole and Tiana Taylor. We had to talk about that. We can talk about Shawnee O'Neal's trifling ass husband, Pastor Keon. We can talk about how J. Cole is a bitch ass N-word.
I didn't know about.
I'm sorry, a bitch ass half black N-word. Go ahead.
Oh, go
I
ahead.
don't know anything about J. Cole. I don't know what's going on with J. Cole right now. Last time I heard, he dropped the diss track with Aubrey and then deleted it.
Pretty much. That's what we're going to talk about. If we have time, we can talk about Darius Crooks and going at Tabitha Brown. And then we can clock this tea with Aaron PR. We have a very large, hefty docket.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot to discuss. There's a lot going on. I don't even think we have time to talk about the politics and all. So where should we start?
Oh Lord, child, where should we start? Because it's a lot. It's I'm interested in what you have to say about the what's his name, the rapper
J. Cole.
Because I've been following this story. I haven't talked about it. I thought about it, but I was like, I don't know if it's big enough. But apparently, when he made a song or whatever, and he was, I guess, talking about the diss.
So let me just say this.
Give us a rundown.
Huge. So yes, I'm not really sure. Let me just say I'm a huge Jermaine Cole fan. I've loved him for some time since I was in high school, but I stopped fucking with him sometime around 2020 when he was talking shit about No Name. Now, Miss No Name, I got some smoke with you too, but that's another conversation for another day. Because that was back in my time when I was doing my activist days and you was on some bullshit. Another conversation for another day. But either way, if y'all know with the whole No Name situation, back in 2020, I think it was like with the Black Lives Matter movement, J. Cole made a diss record towards No Name and pretty much dissed her for knowing how to read and like being an educated Black woman, and he felt threatened. Like literally, like he made a whole 4-minute track talking about who the fuck do you think you are? And yeah, we get it, you got your education, but so do I. And he was like just throwing shots like a bitch ass nigga. Am I lying? Like
I think I remember something like that happened. Yeah.
It didn't get a lot of
media attention, of course.
Yeah. But it happened. And keep in mind, this is someone who's like a supposed conscious rapper. And it's like you don't, and it's like, so okay, so that's that. You're calling out another Black woman, another conscious Black woman for being too conscious. But now, fuck all that. Fast forward 4 years later, and now the smoke is at your door, knocking at your motherfucking front seat, and you don't want none with another man. And I just find that to be very interesting.
Yeah, talking about the Drake and Kendrick Lamar conflict.
Like you really tucked your tail between your legs like a little bitch and ran off.
And there was some song that he recently came out with talking about how something about my brother's blood is all over me or whatever the case is, trying to make it all poetic and somebody said, I want to cite her so bad on TikTok because you know how they don't give us credit for the shit that we say, but somebody said this. It's like J. Cole always was the artist. He don't never say shit. He just know how to rhyme good.
I disagree.
And paints the picture.
I disagree.
You disagree? So you feel like he just don't know how to rhyme good either.
I feel that way about Kendrick. I feel like that's a valid critique about Kendrick. Kendrick don't be saying shit.
No, Kendrick be saying no.
If you're gonna say that J. Cole don't be saying shit, then what the fuck is Kendrick? Because at the end of the day, Kendrick be talking all this shit, but then we'll go and perform at the racist ass NFL Super Bowl. Don't stand on shit. Like, how you talking about we gonna be all right, but you can't even stand in solidarity with Colin Kaepernick. And it's like you don't need this money. Like that's my thing. It's like at least like Kendrick, I feel like Kendrick be saying some shit, but then he don't stand on it. So it's not like it's like you gotta talk, you have to live the life that you talk. Right. I feel like J. Cole really be talking. At least J. Cole's rapping about some shit that he's living, like just being a regular ass nigga, square ass nigga, like with his college degree. I love Cole.
Wait a minute. What? You love Cole?
J. Cole?
Oh, girl, no.
What he does give Hotep vibes.
No.
If I may interject,
please interject.
I say this humbly. When you have a white mama, I feel like it's really hard to really hold like what that means. And I feel like when he deleted, I genuinely think someone who he respects, someone black, said, hold on now. Let Aubrey get ate up. We like you. You're cool. But it's Aubrey time to get ate up. And I really feel like that's what the deletion was somebody that really loves him, just like you, was like, don't do this because we see it for you, which I think is another conversation about how some mixed people get to be in black spaces because they're playing the game right. But I think that with Aubrey, I think people have seen him eating off of black youth talent to their detriment, to the point where it's like Aubrey's time been coming for a while. It's very fascinating that it's now, but I digress. I think that there are people that care about J. Cole just like you, who see him shifting in behavior and think that he's worth saving. And I truly think that somebody saved his ass that day when they told him to delete that MP3, because it's the way that I had never heard that. Nobody who saved it. It was quickly deleted.
Wait, he made a diss track to Drake, or did he make
to Kendrick? He was trying to be on Drake's side, because I believe Drake. I think Drake had gotten his ear and was trying to make it seem like, because we're mixed, we gotta stick together. I could see Aubrey do that. I could see Aubrey saying some shit like that, like appealing to the white mama.
It all really started from that Dog Day song that they was on, and they was kind of throwing shots at Kendrick. And then that's when Kendrick got on the song with Future and I believe Metro Boomin, and he was saying his stuff, and then that's how things got on and popping. But the bitch ass hoe that wanted to back off and like get out of the way, and literally like, you want to throw rocks and kind of hold and hide the hand. No, Cole, we coming for you, because that's you. I'm sorry.
I just feel like I just hate that, like,
and you want to get all poetic with it, like, oh, my brother's blood is all over me, and then he's trying
to be fake woke with it. It's like, this is hip hop. Fuck you and your white mama. That's what I want to hear.
Yeah, come on.
So yeah, I mean, Cole. I mean, yeah, your bitch ass is showing. Your bitch assness is showing.
You could have just said, at that point, you could have just said nothing. I don't want to hear nothing else from you for the next couple of years, unless you're trying to drop a project, honestly.
Not you said years. You are funny as hell.
Hey, Denise girl. Cole was quick to go in on a woman and stand on business. Mm-hmm. Yes. But back patty and pussy pot when it came to another man, because that's what these men do.
He ain't want to get this work. Because let me tell you something what Kendrick did to Drake. Let's be very clear on that. He didn't want that smoke at all.
Mm-hmm. What we talking about? What we talking about next? Did you want to go on to Darius Crook, or did we want to talk about Pastor Keon?
What's going on with this Pastor Keon, girl? What's going on with that? Who is?
So, do y'all know? Are y'all familiar with Pastor Keon? Pastor Keon is a pastor. He's also married to Shawnee O'Neal. So he's Shawnee O'Neal's second husband.
Oh Lord.
And I'm sorry, I'm getting triggered. Just when we mentioned the devil, woo! Lucifer herself. We're talking about Shawnee O'Neal. My fault. Shawnee O'Neal, bitch. We're talking about that trifling ass Keon. So Pastor Keon just went viral, of course, making some very bigoted, problematic statements. And I just want to point out that this man is also married. I just want to say again for the third, fourth time, he is married to Shawnee O'Neal. So that definitely speaks volumes to her character. But we're gonna play the clip and we're gonna go ahead and digest. Here we go.
Due respect. Haiti is one of the poorest countries in the world. In fact, they say it is the poorest country in the Western Hemisphere. Have you ever wondered how in the world can Haiti share an island with the Dominican Republic? And you can go to the DR and turn up and go 70 miles in one direction and see a place where people are still dying from E. coli. Well, I'll tell you why. Because in the 1700s, when the African slaves came to the island of Haiti, and they introduced an idea called voodoo. And so we look at Haiti and we ask, why is it one of the poorest countries in the world? It is not because it is full of ignorant black people. They are as smart and as intelligent as you are, but there is a spirit I say this with all.
There's more. There's more. I'm gonna play the other one and then we can unpack.
Y'all go to running and dropping money, but let me tell you something. The poor will be with you always, and there is no blessing connected to blessing the poor other than getting back what you gave to them, but no multiplication. Multiplication is segregated for tithes and offering. When you give to the poor, the only thing you do is help them, but you don't help yourself. So when you give $1 to somebody on the street talking about I did my job, God like, thank you, but it ain't gonna help you.
Yeah, that's horrible.
Yeah, so there's lots to unpack. I just wanted to say, so what he is describing is an aspect of this new modern day Christianity where they call it like, I don't know the exact term, but it's pretty much like the more you give to the church, the more you'll be blessed. It's like a restorative faith, whatever, based practice. And of course they, they like manipulate and target poor working class people. As we know, in the South, it's nothing but liquor stores and churches in the South. So, it's nothing to do but get drunk and praise God. So praise white Jesus for that matter. And so that's exactly who he's targeting. And the fact, and I'm sorry, but it's the fact that he's married to that fucking terrorist, that social terrorist that is Shawnee O'Neal, that really got me. That woman that slid out 5 big-headed ass children for that beast, and then said that she didn't even love him. It's like, girl, like, but that's the type of woman, but that's how your womanhood is set up. That you can lay up and slide and shit out 5 kids for a nigga that you don't love because it's just a business arrangement for you. She ain't shit. And now she done snuck out all of Shaq's money, and now she's trying to sneak out the church's money because millions and millions is just not enough for her. She's a fucking wealth hoarder, and she ain't shit. I'm done. Who wants to go first?
Honeybee, look, I'm tapped. What you got on this?
The part about Haiti having a spirit over it really fucks me up, because can you imagine like what the shamans and the root workers were up to, like while their people are being subjugated? Like they're calling for the highest order of life to help them. Like they're calling the dead spirit, they're calling the live spirit, they're calling the earth mother, like they're calling spiritual deities from everywhere. And to say that there's a spirit on them when the spirit is white supremacy, like that's the only spirit on them.
That's the only spirit. That's right. Thank you.
And they acting like that it was not an indoctrination. Let's be very clear. Who was the one that brought us to this? I don't want to say cult because I don't want to offend nobody here that's in the chat or whoever the case is. But I'm just saying, like,
let's be clear. Again, I don't have an issue with Christianity. I have an issue with white supremacy, and Christianity, white supremacy would not be able to be successful without Christianity. Christianity is a very I can't even think of like the words, like it's an essential aspect of white supremacy.
It's the only begotten son of white supremacy. That's how someone described it.
Christianity is essential to white supremacy, and so that's the issue. But let's be very clear, like there are a lot of like Christianity it's not even like the original, Christian like religion and shit. Like they took a lot of aspects there's a lot of aspects of Black culture and African American culture that is preserved within
repurposed, whitewashed, all that under the sun.
And so that's the only reason why I still, I have a Bible in my house and I still, but let's be very, so that's why I want to be clear when you were saying like, oh, I don't want to offend anybody. I don't want to offend anybody either, but we have to be real. Like we have to be honest. So let's be clear. I still pray to God every night, but I don't pray to no white Jesus. Okay.
Neither do I. Okay, let's be very clear on that. And just to inflict like your own views onto other like cultures, and it's just like these Black churches have gone to hell. If they ain't talking about this, then they talking about they complaining and bitching at they people for not buying them a new Rolex watch. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. And I just want to point out that this is the same Shawnee O'Neal who gaslit OG, a dark-skinned Black woman, and literally rolled her eyes chucked her and kissed her teeth at the mere mention of colorism, as if colorism was such a crazy concept. And all this other shit. Meanwhile, here you have your husband, her second husband, making these blatantly colorist statements, comparing Haiti to the DR, which we know is like, even though there's a large Black population, we also know that there are also a lot of non-Black. It's like a colorism issue with Haiti and DR. So fuck Keon, Pastor Keon.
Yeah, and I'm actually gonna ask a question though, because is this like, what was the motive with this? Was he talking about, is this in connection with the whole eating the dogs, eating the, situation that Trump started that conversation? Is there where did he get this? Where did he get this conversation from?
To me, it feels like he is trying to let the church know that any kind of support and care that they give to each other is not going to help them in the spiritual kingdom. And that right there is very fascinating, because we are increasingly becoming more and more isolated due to the internet. And on top of that, we're increasingly becoming more and more disconnected from community care. Even though we're so connected, seemingly, we can see what everybody's doing. We're not doing it together. We're actually quite individualistic and lonely. And so him saying this is making sure that him and Shawnee still eat. Even if your neighbor is begging you for help, you're supposed to take a moment and say, you know what, God, I'm going to give this money to the church, because me helping this person is not going to help me. And so it's really weaponizing like Christianity to turn it into a selfish mantra that he wants people to follow.
Let me just say this, right? Because I didn't grow up in the church, but like my family is definitely highly influenced by the church, Southern Baptist Christian Church. You feel me? My family's from the South, the Bible Belt, all that. And I can definitely say that, like, me personally, like, okay, for example, I don't want to tell certain stories because I don't want to put nobody's business out there. But like, I've heard of people, like, I know someone who's like the church came together to help them pay their light bill type shit. Like, I've heard of places where, like if I didn't have nowhere to eat, but I always went to church because ass plates. So don't get me wrong, this is not like church.
This is not every Black church. Let's be very
right.
clear.
And the church community is needed within our community. But what we don't need is these fucking capitalists in sheep's clothing. I'm not dealing.
If it looked like a nightclub in your pulpit, I'm not watching, honey. We keeping it. We turning it off, because I already know what's going on here. And then let's be clear. If somebody said this too, Haitians can't catch a break. I fear this is perfectly designed. This is perfectly designed. What I was trying to get at in my original take was that it seemed like he quietly, in support of a certain, someone, it's like 30 days away. People want to let the people know without actually saying it, because Dr. Omar tried that shit too.
You think
we gotta get into him?
We can talk. Oh, I mean, if we have time, we can talk about
that. If we got time.
If we have time, we'll move on. We'll move on. Who's next? Did you want to talk about Darius Kirk, or can we talk about Ari Lennox real quick?
Yeah, because it kind of meshes in kind of with J. Cole, because that is one of his artists, and you just let her to die.
Wait, is that what happened?
She's in Dreamville. She's a Dreamville artist.
So what happened? So she's done? Like, what's the tea?
Well, what the tea is, honey, because I did talk about this on the show. Go ahead and shameless plug. Basically, what had happened was, she had to cancel some shows. She canceled some shows because there was not people showing up. I mean, she did not sell the tickets.
We gotta talk. I have something to say about that, but go ahead.
That's number one. Number two, she came out with a statement basically saying that she is done with social media. She didn't say she's done with music. She said she's done with the social media. She's not going to be on Instagram and TikTok and all the lands of the land, because it's very toxic, and it's very, it's almost like she's doing it on the same day of her 2-year sobriety. So it's kind of like she's giving it up because this is like causing me a lot of mental turmoil. So I'm just going to essentially get off social media, which I feel like a lot of us should. I wish I can, but I got a podcast to promote. Okay. But I didn't hear nothing about her quitting the music industry. She's still dropping that album next year, I'm hearing, and hopefully she'll get back on tour or whatever. But no, what people were saying was like, yeah, like she's a Dreamville artist. Dreamville is one of is J. Cole's labels. How is she is the second biggest artist on your roster, a very small roster, and she has not been in any promotions, and there was no push to really break this artist.
And then she also like was on tour with like Playboy Cardi, somebody that made no sense. It made no sense. Like she should be on tour with who? I don't know who she should be on.
Some of these R&B niggas,
SZA.
Giveon.
On tour with SZA. Like I'm like, where's SZA in this?
SZA might be too Hollywood. SZA might be too Hollywood.
Summer Walker would have been a good one.
Summer Walker, yes. Oh yeah, they worked together before. They collabed on like a little thing, you know. Giveon.
Can I just say this though? Yeah. Honestly, and I love me some Ari Lennox. Shout outs to my DC sister. I'm not from DC, I'm a Maryland girly, but shout outs to to my girlies out there. But listen, I love Ari. Like she can really do no wrong for me. But honestly, I'm just like, Ari, I really don't want you to be discouraged. Like, bitch, people ain't got no money. It's not like people like I just feel like album sales, like ticket sales right now, especially after the Beyoncé's and who else and the Megan Good and the Megan Thee Stallion Glow.
Nikki been on tour for months, years.
Nobody is like I was planning on going to what's it called the Roots picnic. That was in my 2024 plans. Child, I looked at that budget. I was like, I'm gonna save this $250.
Yeah, and y'all be charging $100 something. Like I think that.
So I just
not for nothing, honey. Where was she trying to do these shows at? Because I know you wasn't trying to do it in no arenas.
I mean, come on now.
You better go in. You better lay low.
The way you said arenas just took me the fuck out. I'm so sorry.
I would spend my coin to see Ari. Like, and that's another thing. Me, like,
go down to the Playhouse like Mariah the Scientist and get your money, girl.
Me, I'm not a big concert girl because if I go to your concert, I need to know all your shit. Like I need and there's only but so many artists where I'm really, really familiar with your catalog. Ari is not like I'm enough like on some conversational shit, but I can't like. But I think I could do Ari. But like even Summer, like I think I listened to one album. She got one album out of me, and I loved it. And then after that, I just fell off.
R&B is really not hitting it like it used to. Like I think that right now they're really. Well, I mean, well, R&B. Who out?
October London.
Duran Bernard.
Who that?
Like, it's
I mean, they're doing like I don't want to sound like Tamar. Like they're doing their thing, but they're not.
No, it's definitely
everybody's doing their thing. Yes, that's cool, but I'm just saying, like, who it like.
But see, I feel like at this point in our world where we're so disconnected from like I think about where do we go to listen to music? I'm not a club girly. I don't know about y'all, but I haven't gone to a club in a while. So when I find music, it's because I'm actively searching for it. So I truly do believe that like there's not a lot of people willing to go outside that bubble, that top 40 bubble. On top of that, like a lot of people rely on TikTok for music now. Yeah. Like we're following a lot of independent artists. And so I feel like for Ari, for her to have such a big budget through J. Cole and to not be doing well, I personally feel like it's a management issue more than anything. And I also feel like because Ari has such a fan base, like people really do love the girl. Yeah. But I think that people loving you does not necessarily mean that they love your music. And there is a true. And I also
it's time to pivot.
True, but I also feel like I think that she should probably be reading the room, perhaps, because I feel like she has a place in music, but I don't know that the content that she's creating is where it should be. Like, there's just a part of me that feels like on some like music video director shit. Like, I just want her to like get more caught up in like all the aspects of the craft and see where she really wants to shine. Because I feel like Summer Walker gets to sit there with a guitar and we don't give a fuck. But I feel like Ari, there's a part of me that feels like she could give us more, but I'm just not sure that she believes in herself like that. And we're just waiting on her to believe in herself truly, because I feel like she's a gorgeous girl, great voice, but I'm just waiting for the concepts because it's all kind of boring to me. And I feel like that's unfortunately the issue. She's a beautiful girl, great gowns, but the concepts are kind of
Oh
boring.
no, I'm sorry. I feel like that critique
Same
could
thing
go.
I got. Same problem with I got with Coco Jones. I'm just like, when
Ooh,
you
her,
sound good, but where's
well,
the wow factor?
that's how I feel about your girl Damani.
Wait, who do you feel like that about?
Okay, you can say that. I mean, look, I don't think that Dopamine was not the best, was not a really good album, but it had a couple good songs in there. I would say every album got some good album music.
Summer Walker can sing, but she can't. Like the way y'all be acting like Summer Walker is really our generation's Deborah Cox. It's really like crazy to me. Like,
like no, girl.
like yeah, like honestly, I feel like Jasmine Sullivan is really what Summer Walker is. What y'all act like.
Don't do it. Don't do that.
Here's my thing.
I'm saying like.
Don't do that.
I feel like Jasmine Sullivan is what y'all really think that Summer Walker is.
But I feel like that's the thing about these artists.
They're not on the same level. I'm talking about it feels like, doesn't it feel like Summer has like a more like successful career?
No.
Then who?
Jasmine.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, probably right now.
But Jasmine, I feel like Jasmine Sullivan is playing like an older R&B game than Summer. Summer's music is extremely raunchy and reminds me of like the 1920s when a lot of Black women were singing like really sexually suggestive songs. Like Sexy Red and Summer Walker live in the same universe. And I feel like people are not willing to hold that like Black femme sexuality is what we're really dancing and bopping to, is like the freedom to be sexual and also know that that's okay. But also with Summer Walker, the freedom to be unhinged and crazy in your desire, which is something that is seemingly reserved for white women. Like white women get to have like a wire, like they get to have the wire hanger, they get to have the knife, they get to have the slapping Christina. Like the white women get to have that rage, and it's not seen as that dumb bitch. Whereas when a Black femme person is like, I am loving you so passionately, I feel like we don't hear that enough. And I feel like that's
can I say this? And then when I tell you, everybody in the chat and also in this live, do not fight me. Okay. Ooh, y'all about to get me. But I think, because I don't want to sound like a prude, because I'm not. Like, I'm very sex positive. I'm all that good stuff, all that and the third. But I feel like when we just rely on that and not on just like creativity, and maybe that's just not blame. And maybe I'm not blaming the art. Maybe I'm just blaming the fact that there's no A&Rs no more, and there's no creative team anymore. And we're just like, okay, let's put you in a leotard or maybe a onesie, and then be on a spaceship or be on this and do some real kiki. But when you look at other artists, and I'm gonna bring her up right now because she's what's hot right now, like a Sabrina Carpenter, right now.
I don't know who
because
that
when
is.
she first came out,
Right,
she was
right,
when she
who?
first came out. Oh, girl, don't do that.
I'm sorry. I'm not even trying to be shady.
Don't do that like she not
Caucasian
sit down
She's very
in
Caucasian
her
based.
concerts. I'm just saying, like,
I do not
was
know who
fresh.
that is.
okay,
She's Caucasian based.
let me just say the pop girlies. Let me say the pop girlies right now. Right now, the pop girlies. And this is not me saying that we need to get like they need to get like them or wherever this, that, and the third, but it is a little bit more of creativity right now.
Listen,
I'm just saying.
the only Sabrina I know is the teenage witch,
Not
bitch.
Sabrina.
Like, I don't know what we're talking about.
Girl,
Capricorn Aaron.
I'm
Capricorn Aaron.
I'm just saying.
Anyway, Summer Walker is this generation's Keisha Cole.
Yes.
Honestly, and I honestly feel like Keisha Cole is a light-skinned version of Lil Mo. A less talented light-skinned version of Lil Mo.
True. I weep still for Lil Mo's career because Superwoman, I still can dance to Superwoman. I know all the lyrics. Lil Mo was iconic. I let her come back. Let her come back.
Honestly, like, yeah. Okay, we've been talking about this way too long. We have to move on. Since we're in the topic of music, let's talk about this tea with Kayla Nicole. Who is Kayla Nicole?
Why are we saying Nicole? We're just gonna say Kayla because she don't have a last name. She don't have a middle name.
Who is
She's
that?
Kayla.
Is that social media
I
girl?
thought we were talking about the social media girl, bad bitch, ass fat, 32 N's, y'all came in the back. Is that no? That's not her. Isn't that her name?
You said Kayla Nicole.
No, this is Megan Thee Stallion's old best friend who turned remember?
You mean Kelsey?
Yeah.
No, you're mixing them up, bitch. You're mixing them up.
Delete.
No, Kayla Nicole is that white boy that's dating Taylor Swift.
Oh, true. I heard that she just was talking shit about somebody. She used Travis Kelce to get at somebody.
I'm gonna play the clip. Let's play the clip. I don't really. Okay, so y'all, if y'all don't, because I thought that y'all knew. Because if I really don't understand why this is such a big deal.
Travis Kelce
at one point because of 50-50.
Is there water? Where did the water go?
What is the question? The who? 50-50. Remember they were saying that you said he was cheap, or they were saying that you were.
Oh, the splitting the bills.
The splitting 50-50, yeah, the 50-50. Remember, what was the tea on that?
Yeah, do I look like anybody that would split anything?
So you guys broke up at that point because...
No, this is the question. Do I look like I would go 50-50 on bills?
No.
Okay. So yeah, that was ridiculous. But he addressed that too, though. I don't even know why that even became a thing. Yeah, that was never an issue in our relationship, but it was definitely a rumor on the internet.
Like the type to go 50-50 on a bill? I mean, bitch,
I like how they be giving these celebrities these pretty little mics and these nice little setups and stuff.
Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, thank you for saying that, because I actually like, what is it, Kayla Reese? Is that her name? The basketball player.
I think so, yeah.
Something Reese. I actually, the tall girly, the Baton Rouge baddie, whatever her name is. I actually like her. She's from Baltimore. I like her. But I'm just like, again, like, why the fuck do these celebrities have? Why does Keke Palmer have a podcast? Why does Angel Reese have a podcast?
Because journalism is dead. It's dying. It's on its last leg. You know, at the end of the day, they couldn't beat the journalists for talking crap and talking the real truth about them, so they had to become them.
Okay, I guess. Anyways, do y'all care about this Kayla Nicole situation?
Because I don't really know her like that, girl.
I thought that y'all knew.
Do y'all not know you have 30? Like, I don't know. I
have no idea who she is.
I didn't even know Kelsey Reese or whatever that man Taylor Swift.
I liked her lob. She had a very nice lob. It looked very feminine. A long bob. She had a nice long bob.
Get out of my face. Okay.
She folded it up. You know.
Completely folded.
Tight. Okay.
What's wrong with the bob?
Something like come on, girl.
Shout out to DD Links. Okay. Did y'all want to talk? We got some more things to talk about. Did y'all want to talk about?
We gotta set in a topic a little bit longer though. Okay, but no, we can move on from this one. But I'm just saying, like, we gotta let that. I feel like
we've been in the top. We've been set because we sat in that.
We moving a little fast, honey.
No, we not, bitch. We have so much more to talk about.
Okay.
Let's speed it up. So let's talk. Should we talk about? Let's do Tabitha Brown. Do we do Tabitha Brown? Do y'all want to do Aaron Pierre? Because honestly, I'm ready for Aaron Pierre.
Let's get Aaron Pierre. Oh, okay. So fine. Let's do Tabitha then. Because if you have really something to say with that, then okay.
I mean, I just feel like it's wild. I feel like Tabitha, like people are saying Tabitha's a mean girl, but I feel like her response was reasonable.
Well, no, I do think that Tabitha does give mean girl, but not because of that. Let's play the clip. Do I have it? Shit. I might not have it. Hold on. I had this.
There's no goddamn way in hell I would have ever signed my name. I don't give a shit how popular I was. I would have never signed my name to Target. I don't care if Target giving her $10 million. She could have started her own company. She could have sold her own product. $56 million out the gate.
Honey, and they had the nerve to say what they said, right? And so I told them, I said, you know, some folk, that's all they have is the nerve. Honey, they only have the nerve to say foolishness. They only have the nerve to talk about folk. They only have the nerve to look down on folk. They only have the nerve to complain. Some folk, that's all they got is the nerve. And that is why your success get on their nerves. Your happiness get on their nerves. Your joy get on their nerves. Honey, your family and your home get on their nerves. Your job, your career, it gets on their nerves. Because that's...
Yeah. Shout out to her. Yeah. Let me give her a bomb. Because you know what? I when I tell you, she responds, but she don't really be responding to them directly. Like it'd be a read, but you got to really like sift through it a little bit. And it's just like, I love the part where she said when you look down on people, and it's just like the audacity that this man, you are looking down at a skyscraper. How are you doing that? It's impossible. And let's talk about some of the stuff that you were saying, because I did mention this. I'm sorry if I'm taking over your stuff. Okay. My whole thing is you're saying that, oh, she needs to be selling off her own personal website or whatever, instead of just like doing a deal with Target, because you're not going to get the most, the bang out of your buck or whatever from the deal. At the end of the day, we do know that not even 20% of your following, and that goes to people that got over 100,000 followers, 1 million followers, X amount of followers, don't matter. Not even 20% of your actual following will actually just go on your link in your bio, let alone making a purchase to anything that you're selling. So you do know, or you should know, because you're a content creator too, you're on social media chronically, you get what I'm saying, that that's not how the cookie crumbles. Okay, when you're selling to these stores, you do these brand deals with these big department stores. It's the general public that's at the mercy of like whatever. Oh, I'm buying this. They don't even know that it's Tabitha. It's such a bigger platform.
Well, he wouldn't know because he's never been in this position before. No large major brands have reached out to him, and that's the part that's so insulting. It's always the ones who have never even had the opportunities that want to make critiques about what the fuck another person is doing. But I'm not too familiar with Darius. What's his name?
Honey, he cooked Popeye's chicken. Like he literally bought some Popeye's chicken and added some peppers and seasonings and oils on it, and said that he made some homemade chicken allegedly. No, I saw the video. Like it's around. He probably deleted it by now, but like he's some type of cook guru. I mean, the stuff look greasy as hell. Can I
just say this about Tabitha Brown though? Because there's another thing. Hold on. Is this it? No, this isn't.
Through a text message.
I don't have the clip, but did y'all see? Let me see. I might be able to add it. Did y'all see that video of Tabitha Brown talking about a woman trying to sit in her husband's lap? Here, I got it. I'm uploading it right now.
Okay. No, I didn't see it, but I mean.
But I
kind of already know the answer, but go ahead.
While it's uploading and processing, it might take some time because we're on the live. But my thing with Tabitha, like I love Tabitha Brown. Let me get this wrong. I'm not a hater. She's another black woman. She's another black woman on TikTok. So automatically, I'm gonna stick beside her. But however, I did not like that shit with her and Wendy Williams. I did not like it. I didn't like how and I get it. I just feel like honestly, I feel like Wendy Williams is not a likable person. People don't like her. And so it's easy for, like people, Tabitha Brown is likable and Wendy Williams is not. And so I feel like people are going to automatically take Wendy Williams' side against a likable person. Like, they're going to side with the more likable person type shit. And then like when she was on that, like you said, Darren, when she was like, oh, like she does this like really nice, nasty read, like, oh, God bless you in the name of Jesus. And it's just like, stuff like that is just, hold on, but I'm gonna play the clip.
With Chance and went to sit on his lap. I said, "Oh wait a minute, you lost your mind." Unask my husband. Girl, if you want to leave this apartment alive, girl, what is wrong with you? Right?
Yeah.
My friends.
Her husband fine as hell. Anyway, he's fine as hell. I don't want no smoke, Tabitha.
Right, because if you say something, she gonna think that you want her man. Like,
but no, I mean, like, why would you sit on his lap though? Like, that's a whole married man.
Okay, there's a lot to unpack. Why would you sit on his lap? But also, why does she feel comfortable sitting on his lap in front of you? Like, I'm sorry, like, there's a lot of unanswered questions.
Was this not a fan? Or
this is her friend. This is a friend.
Yeah, but you know how friends get real comfortable.
That's his friend too.
They think.
That's what I'm saying. And it's
I
like,
don't know.
Yes. I wish a bitch. Like honestly, like on some real. I'm sorry. Like me, like if a bitch, like for me, it's like I'm like, okay, what kind of environment is being fostered where you feel comfortable doing
You
this?
said, what kind of environment? I
No,
love
there be some
you.
friends that be getting real feely. They think, oh, that's my best friend, so that's my man too. Like, no, there's some friends like that, child. They ain't good friends,
There
obviously.
really are.
Clearly,
It's
not good
creepy.
friends.
It's creepy, but it's true.
Can I just say this? Tabitha Brown, no shade. If you see this, Tabitha Brown, I love you, sister. And I say this from the bottom of my heart. Your husband gives dirty dick vibes. Your husband gives ain't shit community dick. Like he's a very attractive man that just so happens to be married to you. But it's giving he belongs to the streets and he just so happens to be married. Definitely it gives. And I feel like you know that. And it doesn't even give like, oh, he stepped out on you one time. No, it gives like no a habitual cheater type vibes. And I think you know that. And I feel like you're very
from that little.
It's not just that. It's not just that. I'm talking about it's a lot of things. It's a lot of things. They have a whole platform, a whole YouTube channel together. It's a lot of little nuggets of information that's been dropped, and and the same thing came out of that when she was responding to Wendy Williams. Let me just say this: listen. I'm gonna just say this. I'm gonna defend my girl Wendy. Mm-hmm. Tabitha Brown, no tea, no shade. Honestly, like you really should you should be happy and honored that Wendy Williams even knows who the fuck you are. You should be happy that Wendy Williams even provided you with a platform to even speak on your name. So for you to come out and like disrespect her and then be like, oh, well, God bless you. You're just mad that I have a man and you don't. I just thought that shit was lame.
Well, I mean, that's the point too. I mean, like, okay, Wendy, you got your moment by talking about this person on her platform. Well, I'm going to get that moment back by actually responding to your ass. And that's exactly what happened. Now, the conversation was, let me just finish. The conversation was, Wendy was clowning him because apparently he retired early.
She wasn't clowning him. First of all, Wendy didn't get no moment. She was doing her job, and she made a simple observation. They are celebrities. They are influencers. Mm-hmm. They're in the news, and she was talking about it. And she said she wasn't clowning him. She said that he didn't look happy about it. Her husband was retiring from the LAPD after 20 plus years, and he looked like he didn't seem like he was really happy about it. She was doing all the talking, and Wendy Williams pointed out.
So insinuating that Tabitha got him to like retire early.
She just made a simple observation.
Well, I mean, that was the implication.
No, it's not. Tabitha Brown said like she was like, oh, we're really happy about it, and Wendy was like, it doesn't seem like he's happy, which is a simple observation. Now
because Wendy know how to sit down and the hell up with her husband because that's what her husband make her do. It's a different dynamic over here with the Browns. Okay,
that's fine. That's okay. Well, actually, let's not be like I said. I just told you Tabitha Brown husband gives dirty dick vibes. So I think Wendy Williams and Tabitha Brown actually have a lot more in common than they would like to admit. But this is all allegedly. This is all
allegedly, honey. Allegedly.
Right? Wait, hold up. But regarding to Tabitha and Wendy, I agree with what you're saying. So hard because there's no need to like it's just the way that you feel the need to defend a man in a particular way. It gives that he has hurt you and you are saving face by doing all this. Because if you're really at peace in your relationship, you would not need to do that. You would just know for yourself what it is. But trying to convince the rest of us, that's where you start to notice, wait, why do I have to believe this? Why are you trying to tell me what y'all are versus just showing it to me? And so I think that that's unfortunately the thing. I think also it's embarrassing to love a man sometimes. Sometimes a man will embarrass the fuck out of you. And I think that that's the thing too. How do you really hold that embarrassment on the public stage? It's hard.
It's a game on social media though, because I'm pretty sure people was probably in her DMs, inboxing her in her comments saying, "Oh, Wendy said this, Wendy said that," and she's finally like, "All right, well, I'm gonna give y'all what y'all want. Y'all want me to respond? Fine." Tabitha Brown is a return to
I just didn't like the whole like God bless you in the name of Jesus. You just mad that you got I got a man and you don't. I just don't throw God and me having a man in my face. Like that's not like that's.
But I mean, in hindsight, Wendy did go easy on her with that topic.
And thank you. That's why I was like, girl, like what? But then some people are like, oh well, it's Wendy Williams. She's a meat like. Who? But it's because again, it's Wendy Williams.
Don't talk about my man, my mom.
Wendy Williams. No, exactly. She was being nice. Wendy Williams was Wendy Williams could have said a lot more. She could have said
Radio Wendy.
could have said, like I just said, is that your husband? Your husband, like, I mean, listen.
Radio Wendy would have been like, how you doing?
You know your husband, you know what you got.
Wendy would have been like, how you doing? Because you know.
You what you
I don't
mean?
know nothing. I'm not saying nothing anyway. Go ahead. No, because the people in the comments gonna be like, "Oh my God, see, damn, everybody can't be gay."
Hold up. As a gay bitch, I'm not gonna play with you. Like the way that man is dressed up and like the way he be looking so polished and put
real
together,
pretty.
It does give that like he is trying to give like I am a man. Like I sometimes
wait, because you know people in the comments gonna be like, "Oh my God, like y'all always trying to make
sometimes
everybody gay."
But there's just moments where like a man is so like again, and I hope people can just walk with me through this. But I feel like most straight men, they don't feel the need to do any kind of extra enhancing. Like they'll clean themselves, sure, but the men that feel the need. Right, but the men that feel, and I mean, don't get me wrong, he's visible through his wife, but it does give that he is an uncomfortable trophy husband, and he is. I think that being a cop really allowed him so much freedom. Like, think about it. Like, he was able to go to any neighborhood and probably get love. Like, he probably had a very fun time being a cop as a very handsome man who, you know what I mean, who's married to a black woman publicly. Like, I just think that like when a black man chooses a black woman, at times there can be this like smokescreen with their relationship where he's
performative.
But maybe now that she has the money and the visibility, the table's turned, and I think that
ain't
maybe
nobody
that's what
put
we're
a gun
picking
to
up
that
on.
man head.
We'll say that again.
I say ain't nobody put a gun to that man head. If he want, I don't think that I personally do not believe that Tabitha was in like, oh, you need to quit your job. I don't think so.
I have a theory, and I don't know if we have time, but honestly, this happened also around this is when Wendy was still on TV, which was around Black Lives Matter. And so I feel like because her career was going up and you're a cop, an LAPD during this racialized time, yeah, you being a cop is actually like a conflict of interest. Nigga, I'm about to go up right now. I got Target and all this other people. I got like behind closed doors. Yeah, nigga, you need to quit your job. And Wendy clocked it in a very respectful way, though. Like it was no malice. She's just doing her job.
But you know what? You saying that, and when we originally started talking, I was like, her bringing that up that he wasn't happy might have made her feel like, damn, I'm looking masculine. I'm looking like the person in charge. And but now what you're saying, I'm like, damn, like maybe she was like, don't be speaking on my man, because 20 years as a cop, you know, you beat a couple people, you know, you bopped a couple people, you know, you killed some people. Like, let's be real, like, but you don't want nobody to think about that. And I think that's why she spiraled, because she's like, don't be bringing up what I'm trying to sweep under the rug, bitch. Like, how dare you? Put a lot of money in bringing that man home.
We've been talking about this bitch way too long, but yes, Tabitha Brown, we love Tabitha Brown. I can talk about. I feel like we can move on. Let me read the comments real quick. Keisha Cole cannot sing that well either. I mean, since we're talking about Keisha Cole and colorism, we might as well just
let's go ahead. Let's get it on and popping. Let's talk about it.
Aaron Pierre was casted to play Jon Stewart.
Yes.
And Green Lantern?
Green Lantern.
Now, I'm not a comic geek. And just shout out to my husband who just snuck in with his fine ass. I'm sorry. But yeah. So I'm not a comic geek, so y'all have to.
I am. I got information. Let me know.
I am a colorist guru, and I know it's some bullshit. And I know that this man has historically been a dark-skinned man. And I know that the person who they done casted is a fucking black Brit. And, you know, fuck you. You know what? Shout out. You know what? I just wanted to say, I'm going to say this. Fuck these motherfucking black Brits. Like, honestly, I have an issue with a lot of them. I feel like all of them. What's the bitch name? The Get Out nigga. Like, a lot of them, like, they be getting these historically black roles, and then they, like, talk shit about Black American culture. This nigga, the person that played the guy in Get Out.
Daniel Kaluuya?
Yeah, his ass. He over here talking about, don't ask me questions about race. I'm tired of talking about it. Well, bitch, stop taking roles that are centered around race, specifically within Black America. Or, here's an idea. How about you take roles that pertain to race in where the fuck you're from? Oh, that's right. because nobody gives a fuck. Nobody's checking for y'all. I'm not saying that your historical figures don't matter, but Hollywood is not checking for y'all. So y'all have to go and tap dance the fuck over here. And if you're gonna keep tap dancing, boy, then have some fucking respect.
Mm-hmm.
I'm done.
I'm surprised he said that. That's
wow.
He said that. He said that with his motherfucking chest, like 8 years ago.
Yeah, he was definitely doing a lot of these black. I mean, he was in that Black Panther movie, which was
and he killed that shit. And I hate to admit it, he's the only black Brit that like. But I'm sure we could have got somebody else because I'm sorry, these black Brits and these tired ass Southern accents.
But look, that's the great replacement theory in the in Hollywood, because I don't have to pay all these black motherfuckers that much because they cheaper in the other countries. Let's be very clear, and that's what's happening. My thoughts on this, my judgment was a little bit clouded. Okay, because I did talk about this on the episode, but it was like the last topic. You know, when you get to the last topics, you don't have that much to say because you capped out.
Right.
Girl, when I found out that man was playing Green Lantern, I was like, oh, he's such a high candy child. Like, why y'all mad?
Listen. Desire will get us all the time. Desire
Pretty privilege really gets y'all far, but you know what? I will say this.
Y'all could have found a desirable dark-skinned man. There's plenty of them.
No, but that's the thing about white supremacy. Like that, but here's the worst part. Green Lantern literally has written within its storyline that the man who is supposed to, the man who is actually Green Lantern is acknowledging that he is a darker skinned black man, that he is not, or rather the creator,
origin story.
Yeah, in the origin story, he is not supposed to be mixed. That he is supposed to be a dark skinned black man because of the importance to the story. It's actually important to the story.
Yeah, the actual creator that created him intended for him, because they would ask him like, well, why he's really black on the comic books. Is this like people ask him if that's offensive back in those times? Yeah, because it was like whatever. But he intended for that person to be that complexion, and for them to cast him. Now I'm seeing like, okay, yeah, that is a bit of a problem, and this is like not the only time that they've done this.
They're whitewashing his character.
Yeah, and it's the same thing they did with Miles. I mean, Miles was in the first Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. He was really dark skinned. He had not really dark skinned, but he was dark skinned. Yeah. He had like 4C hair. In the second movie, he got a little lighter, and then also his 4C went to 4B. And it just was I'm like, who is this?
They're trying to make them more like palatable. It's the same thing with remember like Where's Dion or something like that. It was like a Netflix movie where they casted the mother was originally like a dark, I wouldn't say, because now they said she was like my skin tone, like so she was like darker, because now, and that's another thing, y'all. Can we just say this? We gotta stop calling mixed people light skinned. You gotta call mixed people mixed or biracial. Light skinned people are light skinned, and then brown skinned people like myself. I guess me.
You are a lighter skinned black person. Like, we have stolen language. I don't know to be shady, but like brown, like people were saying brown skin doesn't exist. Like people were saying that like there are lighter skinned black folk and deep dark skinned black folk, and like I feel like you're on the lighter spectrum of brown. No shade, but again, we have moved the needle. Like us mixed people, we have moved the needle.
Yes.
That's all I'm trying to offer. I'm not trying to be shady.
Yeah.
I just feel like I'm closer to Darren. I feel like me and Darren are pretty much next to Ken.
Yeah, definitely. Don't let these lights fool you, child. I got these key lights. I got to learn how to use them.
I'm not trying to play with y'all. I'm saying y'all are brown, but y'all are not deep dark skin. I'm not trying to be shady.
No. I am dark skin, but like I said, it is the lighting. But speaking of lighting, though, because people really try, and that's when I started to look, and I'm like, oh, y'all are really crazy, because people on Twitter was literally trying to sit there and say, oh no, Aaron Pierre, y'all saw him in red carpet appearances. They're gonna lighten him up. I'm like, what? Are you serious?
Somebody said
they literally had to show pictures of him in regular lighting.
The colorism politics are interesting. Yeah, I don't think. Okay, I've always heard that, right? Let's talk about it, because let's talk about it. Okay, so I definitely agree that like the hue police is definitely, the needle is definitely changing, and it's because of the biracials. Like they're calling biracial people light skin, and then they're like grouping light skinned people with brown skinned people, and then dark skinned people are like black as fuck. Like in order to be considered dark skin, you gotta be this, and then like they are really putting me, honestly, today's society, my fault. Today's society is really putting all three of us in the brown skin category. And it really
now there is something to be said though, because before this even dropped that he was playing the role, there was another actor that was gunning for the role as well. And it was between the two of them. I forgot his name, but he is dark skinned. And looks more like the intended role or whatever, but he's kind of a new actor. I never like saw him on anything, but I remember the face, but I don't remember him in a lot of stuff.
He's not fine enough. I'm sorry, he's not desirable enough.
Oh, you did see him?
I saw him.
Okay, well, I mean, you can't have it kind of both ways, though. I mean, like,
yes, like y'all couldn't get like, okay, I'm sorry.
Damson Idris can't be everything.
I agree.
And everything,
I'm sick of his ass. I'm sick of his black ass. I'm sick of them passing him for every fucking dark skin. Well, it's like, come on. Why every to me there's so many like aspects and intricacies of the dark skin of black people in general. It's like when y'all always cast this like very Eurocentric, white-centered, white palatable version of like dark skin with these roles. But going back to child. Fuck Aaron Pierre. I feel away because I'm just like Aaron. Like,
well, I don't know. I mean, I think that I think that he's a nice guy. I think that it's just that he was given this role, and unfortunately, they kind of gave you the role because of I would say light skin privilege or whatever. But that, I mean, I think that I don't think for him taking this role, I don't think he's a bad person for taking the role.
I'm not saying he's a bad person. But, yeah, I'm not saying that he's a bad person.
He is a bad person.
It's up to light-skinned people to not use their privilege to take away opportunities from people that they don't deserve. Like, this role was created for a dark-skinned black man. Go and take a role that was created for you. There's plenty of them out there.
But let me tell you how Hollywood is now. It's really a popularity contest as well, because when you look at the other person, the running mate that, like I just said, I didn't see him in a lot of roles. Yes, it's layered in colorism as well, but it's also layered in like popularity. We have companies now that are looking at people's follower counts and because they want to make sure and secure that if I put this person in this role, then I will get that money back. Yeah. They're not breaking out these new artists, because that's the thing. They're not breaking out new actors to play these big blockbuster roles. That's why you see a lot of the new ones, they do the little stuff. It's unfortunate, but this is where we are. But
it's also on us light skinned people to go into the room and be like, hey, like, thank you for can you hear me? Oh, sorry. But yeah, no, it's on us to be saying that, it's on us to be in the casting. It's on us to not go to the casting. And if we do, it's on us to maybe dissuade other light-skinned people from being there. It's on us to like maybe go into the casting call and be like, hey, like, are you noticing that like you're hiring people of all skin tones? And like, this is a pointed, very direct direction where this should be going. Like, it's on us to be curious. It's not on us to be standing there being like, a job is a job. Like, that seems really fucked up. And it also seems like it's taking away the power that we do have as mixed people. And so as someone who has been like really just sitting with like the whole identity of being mixed, not like defining myself as a quadroon, a griff, all these different words that were created to like, there's mad different words for like mixed people out here that I found out. Yeah, but with that being said, identifying as a whole mixed person, I'm seeing a lot of us like just really deciding that, hey, like these people think we're black, we're gonna just be here. And like, it's really gonna take like mixed elders who know that like that's not right to really be pushing that like as not a thing that we should be doing and teaching that as a standard.
Do mixed? Well, I guess y'all would be the others, because I feel like a lot of mixed people, like they're like, no, I'm black, and it's just like, okay, like. No, it's like you are just as much black as you are white. Like,
well, that's the other thing too, is like there's so many different percentages at this point. That's why it's important to talk about being a whole mixed person, so that we stop thinking in fractions. Like we stop thinking about like we're this much. Because think about it, when people have black fathers, they think that they're black. When people are unfortunately, when a lot of mixed people experience anti-blackness, we unfortunately think that is us being seen as black, and therefore we are black. Like that is where I used to be as a mixed person. I also had a white passing person telling me I was black, and in retrospect it was to reinforce that they were black. It was so that they could be included in blackness, not that they were black or I was black, but that I was just enough melanated to be caping for them. And I want you to think about Ice Spice and the conversation with Cleotrapa and how Cleotrapa said it's not her role to be saying that Ice Spice is a Black person. Like, that is all connected. Like, the mixed people hold a line for Blackness in a very sick way. And unfortunately, there are a lot of creators who are younger. I just want to shout someone out real quick. Flower Tower, FLOWERTOWER. They're a brown-skinned Black woman in America who is extremely outspoken. And she has a video that just dropped called Biracial People Need to Stop Calling Themselves Light-Skinned. So as soon as you said that, I was like, I know I have to drop her because she makes very short videos, but they are super direct. And I really think that y'all would appreciate each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, she's amazing.
Yeah, like you said, Zarina, he should have respectfully declined, just like Zendaya declined the role for Aaliyah. Like, shit, like, people decline roles all the time. Like, this shit is not for me, and that's why it's forever fuck Zoe Saldana, bitch.
I can't.
Honestly, like, I don't think I understand. Like, Nina Simone.
Nina Simone.
Like, that's like also. I don't even want to tell y'all, like, cause like also like, oh, I'm like my daughter type shit. My daughter is gonna be named after that woman type shit. That's how dear she is to my heart. And so the fact that this fucking mixed, is she even Black American? Is she? I don't know. And like, that's my thing.
I think she's Afro Latina, right? But she don't support the Afro side.
Apparently, she's a wannabe Italian. Like, married to
like,
her
she's
wife.
like, I don't want to be considered like first Black art, or she says something that was out the way that was racial, and I'm like, girl.
And then you go as a light skinned woman or whatever the fuck you are. You light skinned in comparison to Nina Simone, and then you put that fucking bell pepper prosthetic ass nose and the fucking blackface.
That was hard. That was horrible.
Granted, the production, yes, fuck the production, but it's like you still sat there and allowed for them to you still looked in the mirror and thought that was like appropriate.
Like, why did you feel comfortable to like audition for that role? Now, I know coming from me saying that, at the same time looking at the boy from Green Lantern, but I do think that, look, I don't think that people are really that much of a comic book fans as they are, and I think that he probably just saw the role, was like, oh my god, Black superhero, I want to audition. But Nina freaking Simone, I know you know what that girl looked like, and did not look like you, not even remotely.
But I feel like even not holding the line, like, I feel like even being like, I can understand when it comes to the Green Lantern, I just feel like that keeps the door cracked for us mixed people to act a fool like we are. And I just feel like it's okay to stomp on this. It's okay to say, colonizer's daughter, stop it right now. It's okay to be like, you light-skinned demon, back. It's okay to say, or excuse me, mixed demon, because even using light skin is still including us. So again, it's going to take some time. I truly believe it's a muscle to flex, because we're so aware of the white colonizer, the light skin, the mixed non-Black colonizer still on people's neck and very much being assumed to be benevolent.
And once we realize that mixed people are really what a lot of this society and this anti-Black society is trying to obtain, I really do think that will deconstruct this concept of colorism, because at first we just been putting light skin. It's the same thing with blackfishing. It's like these girlies that are blackfishing, they're not trying to look like me. They're trying to look like a mixed woman. I wouldn't even say they're trying to look like you, honestly, honey. I would say they're trying to look more like as like I don't even know, like a Rashida Jones, like Rashida Jones' sister.
The term they're using is exotical, and I definitely agree. Like, they're looking to create an amalgamation, and that's the thing about mixedness. Mixedness is many looks, and so you even naming a mixed woman who is very much like seen as like not a white. She's seen as an oatmeal. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like her makeup shade is probably like honey in the snow. You know what I mean? Some shit like that. Like, it's not white, but it's not of color. You know what I mean? It's very much the reflection of light mixed with some sun. Paprika.
Ambiguous. There we go.
I'm still stuck on you saying that I don't know. I just think that the line is moving because I've never been referred to anything except aside from dark skin until like recently. Like I mean, I've always been considered like brown skin, but like it was like but closer on the darker side of brown skin. So for you to say that I'm on the lighter side of brown skin, crazy. I've never, honest to God, in my 30 years of living, I've never heard that. I've always heard like, yeah, you're brown skin, but you're closer on that side. You're closer to Africa.
On that
so,
but you know somebody, people are always quick to call you darky.
Yeah. Oh my God. They used to call me dark chocolate, not milk chocolate, dark chocolate, not just chocolate, dark chocolate. Now
and see what I'm trying to offer is that like I do watch many creators of many different shades and tones, and so I've been listening to deep dark skin folk who are acknowledging that like the language around like there's seemingly like a dichotomy of dark skin, light skin, but when you enter in that there are mixed people changing the language, that there are white passing people changing the language. Like there's white passing people who very much insist on being named as biracial, despite the fact that when they really do the math, they're not biracial at all. Biracial 9 times out of 10 don't look white. And so with that being said, like there's a lot of times where like people really don't know how to define themselves. And that's why I believe it's very important to call people whole mixed people, because being mixed is honestly a form of delusion, unfortunately, because we're able to read some numbers and be like, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna tap into this ancestor. It's very much a hard way to exist in America that is very much tribal and very much relies on the one drop rule. And so if everybody who has some black ancestor is black, that's a whole lot of black people, right? But if we do stand on seemingly the new metrics, which is, 2 black parents, 4 black grandparents, 8 black great grandparents. Yeah. That's where people are at this point. So I believe that if you're going by that, go ahead.
And how about by that standard, I might not even apply. Like that 4 black grandparents, I'm not. My grandfather on my dad's side got a little something in him, so it's just like he's not fully black. I think he's like he got something like his grandfather is like white or something like that.
Hear me out. This combo is only happening. But this combo, unfortunately, is happening because there are people like myself. Yes. Yeah, it's us. It's our fault. Yes. Like, be mad. You deserve to be angry. And I hope that your anger inspires another combo where people can like talk more.
Absolutely. And you will definitely be the first person I call because it's getting late, bitch.
Listen, I love to be a watcher. I try to just gather information like from what I hear, because again, as a mixed person, like I've done a lot of damage, like saying that I was black, including myself. And so I feel like the best way to like kind of reduce harm, because we can't undo the harm, but we can reduce it moving forward. And so I'm trying to honor the fact that I was there and try to offer that like that's where some mixed people are. Some mixed people really want to include ourselves, and unfortunately it's going to take that internal work, and nobody can take us out of blackness but ourselves. And unfortunately us not even being a part of it tells you how delusional we are.
Real quick, I see I'm starting to lose people. Make sure y'all give this video a thumbs up. It's probably because I told them that we're about to end it. I'm reading the comments. This all started when Halle Berry was casted as Storm. I will always go back to that. I agree. Because
played that and it had no aura. How Storm was in that 90s show, that's what Storm is. And what Halle Berry gave us, it gave very much acting in a music video.
Right. I just remember the sexualized versions of her being Storm. I don't remember her acting skills. I remember just the sexual moments of her being like in the car.
I mean, you can say that about all of her movies.
Storm was sedity. Like
hold on. She's either a sexualized light-skinned person who is like just brown enough to be seen as black, or she is a bad mother. Like it's literally one or the other. Very sad. She's either a terrible parent or like a very sexy, slutty lady. I don't get it.
Get off my phone. Okay, please tell me when I can find you. Hold on, let me read the comments real quick. Let me read the comments. He should have declined the role. Absolutely, Zarina. That's why Lori Harvey is on the show on Peacock. What show?
Girl, Lori Harvey.
On the show on Peacock. I think you're mixing him up with somebody else, Tiana. I think you talk about Queen's Court. I'm not watching this shit. I think you're mixing her with somebody. Zendaya is the only
Wait, I
person.
just found out about Queen's Court, and I was surprised that was happening because I remember the T.S. Madison and Kaya
I guess
show.
they didn't have their shit together.
They ain't had no LLC. Ain't had
no LLC, no nothing, no copyright, no nothing.
No copyright. Yeah, I could take it.
I mean, T.S. Madison probably wanted to let that shit go. Let's be real.
Yeah.
She shouldn't have. I
We
mean,
here at the Queen's Court, you know.
Wait, are you Team Kaya? Let me find out you Team Kaya after all these years.
Who Team Kaya? Gag order. I'm not
I
team.
like her. I do like her. I can't lie. I be watching her greatest hits. I can't lie. But
yeah, I'm team Kaya when it comes to that Maddie. When it comes to the Queen's Court falling out.
No, I'm Team TS.
I'm Team TS. I'm Team TS for the Queen's Court falling out.
We can talk
Kaya
about it. We can talk about another day. We can talk about another day. I'm gonna stand on it. I'm Team Kaya because Kaya.
We should. I'm gonna do a deep dive soon so I can be prepared for that because we gotta definitely talk about it.
Definitely. Say less. Say less. You know, y'all. You're always welcome to come back.
Yay! Thank you. Thank you for inviting me.
Anytime. I used to think biracial people was black because all my biracial cousins was darker than me, and my sister growing up coming from 2 black parents.
There are darker skinned mixed people. There can be dark skinned mixed people. Let's not
light skinned monoracial people.
There are lighter skinned monoracial people, but again, like, let's just be candid. Like, there are a lot of mixed people deceiving people. A lot of mixed people are doing really terrible things and they're lying. And unfortunately, you know, them lying is something that is affecting black people. So I'm really hoping that my people do better because it's really unfortunate. But some of us have been lied to by other mixed people, and that's what I also want to hold to. That like my white.
We're gonna have to come. You have to come back because I like. Honestly, like I feel like and it's not you, but you're not the only one, but you're one of the only ones that I know who be clocking the light, like holding light skinned people and like holding mixed people accountable for their bullshit.
I hold myself accountable, so I gotta.
It's late. It's late. Tell the people where they can find you, and make sure y'all give this video a thumbs up.
I'm on Instagram, OUIIDFAE. I usually just be talking about a lot of things, but I'm really interested in grief, being a grief doula, harm reduction, plant medicine is real medicine. The future is indigenous. Ain't nobody going to space, bitch. We got to start connecting with each other and start working with the land, baby. But yeah, I hope that everybody has a good night. But thank you again for following and connecting and just communicating. Everyone here has been so lovely. I just appreciate everything.
And Darren, tell people where they can find you.
Y'all know where y'all can find me at. It's the Darren Green Show, honey. We have an episode every Mondays and tentative Thursdays at 12 p.m. here on the good YouTube at Eastern Standard Time. You know, we get into a lot of things. I just dropped the episode today, so check it out, guys, if y'all have not already checked it out, girl.
I gotta watch it.
Yeah, me too.
And y'all know where to find me. At Medusa Show Off on YouTube and Instagram, and at the Medusa Show on TikTok. I go live every Monday at 9:00. This was a time. I really do appreciate everybody that's watching this video. Please make sure y'all give this video a thumbs up, and I will see y'all next Monday. Shout out to the Messy Mafia, and I'll be back, y'all. Bye. Bye, y'all. Hold on,